How cool is this? I've got a brand new office, which you can see behind me, a brand new computer and a brand new microphone. Testing 1, 2. I feel like I'm some MC with it sitting on an arm. And also, believe it or not, I finally got the new Binary Destroyer 8.0. Now, I'm not actually going to be doing any live trading with it today. I'm just going to show you some of its new features and settings and ultimately what we wanted to achieve with this new update. Now, every single year, I like to update the Binary Destroyer. And believe it or not, all of our updates are free for life. So the BD members that joined us in, 2015 when we had the Binary Destroyer 1.0, every single year they have been getting the update for free. And they will continue to get updates for free because our updates are free for life. Now, our main focus with building the new 8.0 is we wanted to make the whole trading process more simple and easier to do. How do we do that? Now, first of all, I need to show you some of the results in the Facebook VIP group. Now, this is our private Facebook group where all the BD members share their results and setups and everything like that. Now, this is basically straight from the top. This is today's results or our most recent results, okay? First of all, from Chris, I rewatched the webinar from last week about the importance of waiting for the candle to close in regards of the TCA line. Snagged a nice little 5 pips. So Chris here taking note of our weekly webinars and yeah, putting that into practice and snagging a nice little 5 pips there. That's the Mogwai strategy, by the way. Here we go. Here had an awesome day with the BD. Started with 1,200 2 months ago. Now $115 away from 10 grand profit. Thank you, Jamie Palmer. Excuse me. Thank you, Jamie Palmer, for all the hours you spend on the training videos. That's absolutely insane. 10 grand profit. Good. I actually replied to this member earlier. What do you think? This was actually a good setup because he snagged a nice little 5 pips, which is what I said. That was a good trade. I'll keep going. Here we go. Here. Still doubting the BD? Don't. Been a while since my last post. I see a lot of members switching from one strategy to another. Instead, pick one and master it. I repeat, pick one strategy and master it. It might take you some time, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Below are the results. 100% with the BD, which took me at least 2 or 3 years. This member's making more money than me. 6 grand a day. That's good. It's also embarrassing that he's making more money than me. But oh well. Winner, winner. It's definitely chicken dinner. What my deposit was is now my profit every single day. That's awesome. And again from Elmo here. Thank you, BD. Snagged a nice little 5 pips with this one. I like this result because as you can see, he's using a nice little stop loss. 5 pip stop loss, 5 pip take profit. As you see here, nice little overall nice little profit. Now the reason why I wanted to show you that was because that's some of the success that the 7.0 can achieve. Also, you can see what I achieved with the 7.0. I average around 95%. And we wanted to keep that. We wanted to keep the success. So what we ultimately wanted with the 8.0 was to have and continue the same success, but just to make it more easier and simpler to trade. Now, how do we do that? Okay. So like I said, our main focus was to make everything more simpler and easier to trade. So we fixed the coding in the strategies and the clock. Now, as you can see here, we had huge success with the 7.0. But believe it or not, the 7.0 had its own faults and issues with it. And a lot of that was to do with the coding and lagging as well, which confused a lot, which made a lot of confusing and frustration for a lot of BD members. So the coding in the strategies and the clock, that means basically this here. I'm not sure if you can see this on my screen, but if you just focus on or have a look on this area here and this here, as you can see here, the clock is kind of overlapped and you can't see it. And also the strategies here is overlapping each other. You can't actually see what strategy you're trading, which was kind of confusing and frustrating for a lot of BD members because they didn't know what they're actually trading. And that was just a coding issue. We rushed the Binary Destroyer 7.0 when we shouldn't have done. And yeah, when we released it, had a lot of coding issues. That is now fixed, which is great. Well, again, step 2 is deleted the 7 DDL files and speeded up the Binary Destroyer by 368%. So again, when we released the 7.0, it had 8 files. And in those 8 files, it had lines and lines and lines of coding. Every time the binary wanted to produce a signal or an arrow, it had to read all of those different lines of coding from those 8 different BD DDL files. And that just slowed the whole process down. So what we've done is we've deleted all of those files and we now have one file. Now this means the binary is 368% quicker. When it produces a signal, it doesn't have to read 7 different files, 2,000 different lines of coding. It just has to read one file and a smaller, less lines of coding, which makes everything more simpler, easier, faster, and also lighter. If you're trading on your laptop or you're trading a computer that doesn't necessarily have fast processing power, the 8.0 is a lot lighter. It means less processing power, which is good. Okay. The next one is we deleted a lot of settings and notifications we did not use. So again, another problem with the 7.0 is we tried to cram everything. We tried to make it really technical and ultimately it just made the whole process confusing. To give you an example here, there was a lot of settings and notifications down here that we just simply did not use. You could have spent months going over every single setting and feature, and ultimately you would have never kind of understood what each one of them did. So what we've done is we've deleted all of the settings, all of the features we didn't use or don't use, and yeah, all of that's gone. Makes the whole process again more simple and easier to set up each strategy. So that's a real good big bonus, because a lot of BD members said they just didn't need, what did all of these settings and features do, and yeah, it just, like I said, it's a lot more simpler now. We've added new notifications and alerts. So a lot of BD members wanted new alerts for the Mogwai strategy. They wanted alerts when the TCA line comes outside the bands, for when the TCA line changes color. All of that is now been included. I know a lot of BD members wanted that, and it's now inside the 8.0, so you lot are going to be happy. Again, I would go over the individual alerts and notifications and settings with the actual BD members itself when we release it. So yeah, we'll go over that quickly here as well, just kind of a brief description. And also we added a new spread indicator. Now, why I wanted to do this was simple, okay? When I trade the binary destroyer, let's find a setup here. Let's look at this one here. Oh, that was actually nice. I actually took this trade earlier, okay? Look at this setup on the 15-minute charts. Look at that. I wish I took this trade live. That would have been an awesome. But I took this sell on the MACD. Here we go. I took this sell early on the 15-minute time frame. But believe it or not, okay, this is how I trade the Mogwai strategy. Basically like this: MACD overbought or sold, yes. Mogwai signal, yes. Support and resistance, yes. That is all I trade. I didn't want to make it any more complicated. I wanted to make it more simpler and easier for me to do. How did I do that? By adding a spread indicator. Now get ready for the drum roll. Boom. 3, 2, 1. Boom. This is the new Binary Destroyer 8.0. And what I was talking about was this here. This spread indicator here. So as you can see here straight away, you can see the strategy, the Mogwai strategy here is now clearer. You can clearly see that I'm trading the Mogwai strategy. By the way, this is only 90% complete. This is still not the final product. I would still like to make this Mogwai strategy white so it looks more easier to read, but yeah, that is now fixed. The clock is now fixed, and we've also included a new spread. Now this makes a big difference, because when I'm trading 5 pips, I ultimately want to be trading currency pairs with the lowest amount of spreads. Now rather than going to my broker on the website, having a look who's got what currency pairs has the lowest spreads, I can simply look in the top right corner now and see that GPUSD has 1.2 pip spread. Let's have a look at EuroCAD. EuroCAD has 1.5 pip spread. Euro USD 1 pip spread. So as you can see here, if I'm trading the Mogwai strategy and going for 5 pips, I can now filter out the currency pairs that are going to give me the lowest amount of spread, which ultimately means more profit for me. So yeah, that, as you can see, is a lot more simpler and easier to use. And also as well, if we actually have a look at the actual settings itself, it's more easier, more simpler. Okay, it's less confusing. This is the alert that a lot of BD members wanted. So this basically means that it will give you an alert when the TCA line will both change color and also come outside the bands. You can either have it sent as an email, you can have it sent as a sound, a message, or a notification to your phone. Like I said, I broke everything down more simpler. When we're trading the Mogwai strategy, would you like the Mogwai alerts to be sent to your phone? Would you like it in an email? Would you like it as a box to appear on your MetaTrader 4? All of that is now simply laid out for you here. Again, a lot more clearer. And as well here, alert trends. This is more to do with if you're trading a pullback or bend strategy. If you want to have if you want signals with the trend or against the trend, you would do that here. Again, do you want that to appear on your MetaTrader 4? Do you want it sent to your phone? Do you want it sent as an email? All of that is here. So as you can see here, the whole process and what we wanted to achieve with the 8.0 was to just make it more simpler and easier. We had huge success with the 7.0, but it had its own faults, its own coding issues, with which we have now rectified and fixed and made the 8.0 better in terms of speeded it up. We've made the whole installation process more easier. It now has one file instead of 8. We've made it faster. We've made the actual trading of our strategies more simple and easier to do. And like I said, we've made the alerts more quicker as well. A lot of PD members were saying that they were getting a Mogwai arrow and then 3 candlesticks later getting an alert. Again, the reason for that is because we had so many different files and the binary had to read so many different lines of coding. That is not going to happen no more. As you can see here, Euro USD 15-minute time frame signal down. That is a Mogwai signal on the it's giving me a Mogwai signal here. So it's actually giving me a Mogwai signal on the old 7.0, as you can see there. But yes, that is the new 8.0. I'm hoping for a release date at the end of the month. We've got to update all of our training and kind of back-end servers to accommodate the new 8.0. But today's date is the 18th, so I'm hoping to do some live trading with it next week. And at the end of the month, which is actually, believe it or not far away, we'll be releasing the new 8.0. So we'll have our weekly webinar on the 5th, and hopefully I'll be releasing it then for all of the BD members to get. So yeah, that's the new 8.0. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you do have any questions regarding it, do drop me an email, thebinarydestroyer@gmail.com.